Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for coming back. If you're new here, you're welcome. So in this tutorial, I'll be showing you how to make this mini beaded bag key holder. So let's get straight to this tutorial. So guys, I have my pearl beads. That's a 4mm seed beads of 2mm, 0.4 of the fishing line, my key ring, and then a pair of scissors. So cut the fishing line as long as you'll be able to comfortably work with. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So after cutting your fishing line, start by picking 4 of the pearl beads. Pick 4 of the pearl beads. We are going to be matting, so I'm going to pick 4 of the pearl beads. If you've been watching the videos on this channel, this should be something old or shouldn't be something new to you. Now the last bead that was picked, I will use the other end of the fishing line to cross it like this, and then join both ends of the fishing lines together, and then pull the last bead towards the center of the fishing line. So that's the beginning for matting. Okay, now after achieving this, use both sides of the fishing line to pick a pearl bead each. Pick one pearl bead for one side and pick another pearl bead for the other side of the fishing line. Then this is how it should come out, one for each side of the fishing line. Alright, so after that, pick a third pearl bead or another pearl bead and then cross it with the other side of the fishing line. I'll go ahead and then use one side of the fishing line to pick a bead, and then use the other side to also pick a bead, like so. Pick the third bead and then use the other side to cross it. Use the other side to cross it, and then repeat the step until your designed length for the base of whatever you want to do. This is a mini bag, so exactly so. Okay guys, like I said, I'll be repeating this until I have the number of beads that I want or the length that I want. So I want the sides of the design to have 5 beads at each side, 5 beads, and the middle should be 6. So I'll pick a bead for both sides of my fishing lines, pick the third bead, and then cross it to the other side of the fishing line like so. Okay, so now I've achieved my 5 beads on the side, so we are going to be turning to build up the bag. So I'll use one side to pick 2 beads. I'll use one side of the fishing line to pick 2 beads. I'll pick a third bead and then cross it with the other side of the fishing line. This will enable the direction of the fishing line to change. Okay, so if you did it correctly, you realize that the direction of fishing line will change upward. So from here, we use that same side of the fishing line we used in picking earlier. We use that same side to pick 2 beads, just as we did earlier. Use the same side of fishing line to pick 2 beads, then pick a third bead, and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. So this will make the direction of the fishing line to change again. In this case, after it has been changed, you realize that one side of the fishing line will be pointing towards the design and the other one will be pointing outward the design. Now the one that is closer to the design, you'll be using it to pass through the sides of the beads. So like this, I'll pass my fishing line through the immediate side bead like this. Then use the fishing line facing outward to pick a bead like so, and then pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of the fishing line. I hope I made myself clear here. If you didn't get it, you repeat this, so watch it clearly. So I'll go on and use the fishing line closer to the design to pass through the next immediate side bead, like so. Then I will use the other side of the fishing line to pick a bead. I'll pick another bead like this and then cross it with the other side of the fishing line. So you repeat this until you reach the very last end of the fishing line, of the beads on the side. Okay, so guys, after reaching the very last side bead, pass your fishing line through the last side bead like this. Then use that same side or that same fishing line you used in passing to the last side bead. Use it to pick just a bead, one bead, and then pick another bead with that same side and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. This will make the direction of your fishing line to change. It will make the direction of your fishing line to change. Okay guys, so you can see it has changed upward. We are going to turn over again. So in this case, use that same side that you used in picking a bead to pick two beads. Pick additional bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Like so. Okay, so you realize the direction of fishing line will change. So the trick here is anytime there is no side bead for you to pass through, it means you're going to pick two beads. But when there is left with a last side bead to pass through, while changing direction, you need to pick just a bead after doing so. Okay, so we are repeating the step by just using the fishing line that is closer to the side beads to pass through the side bead. So use the fishing line to pass through the immediate side bead just as we did earlier. Use the fishing line close to the sides to pass through the immediate side bead. So after that, use the other side of the fishing line to pick a bead. Pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Remember to be tightening it or be pulling your fishing line strongly to make the design firm. Either that is going to look ugly. Let me put it that way. So continue by passing your fishing line through the side beads or the next immediate side bead. Then use the other side of the fishing line to pick a bead. Pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Repeat the step by passing through the immediate side of your fishing line. Use the other side of the fishing line to pick a bead. Pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of the fishing line. So just as I explained earlier, you can see it's left with just a side bead. So after passing through that side bead, we'll be turning. So when it's reached a point like this, you just pick a bead. As I explained earlier on, you just pick a bead like this. Then pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. So you realize the direction of the fishing line will change. So you'll be repeating the process. So like from here, you'll be picking 2 beads with the other side, with that same side of the fishing line. Use it to pick 2 beads to turn again. Pick 2 beads. Since there is no side beads, pick 2 beads. Pick another bead or the third bead and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line to change the direction of your fishing line. So guys, you can see it's simple. Then be passing through the side beads just as you've been doing until you achieve your desired length. This is basically for making big bags. This is basically the matting process. So this is my mats. I have 8 beads for the side bead and then 6 beads for the width. So I'll be just folding it like this. I'll go ahead and pick a new fishing line. After folding it like this, I will pass through the side beads like this. We'll be closing up the side to make it the bag. So that's exactly what we're doing. After that, pick a bead. After passing through the side bead, pick a bead like this. Then pass through the opposite side bead like so. So this is how it should look like. Okay guys, so after that, pick another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. Yeah, exactly. So we are going to move downward or upward to close this up. So use one side of a fishing line to pass through the side bead. Use the other side to pass through the opposite side bead. Then pick additional or another bead and then cross it with the other side of your fishing line. So it's left with the last side bead. Pass through, the last but one. Pass your fishing line through the side bead and then the other side of the fishing line through the opposite side bead like so. After that, pick another bead and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. Pick another bead like I'm doing and then cross it to the other side of your fishing line. So basically that's it. You close it down. So pass through the next or the last side bead and pass through the middle bead and then join it to the other side of the fishing line and tie it like I'm doing. And tie it just as I'm doing. And then cut the excess of the fishing line off. Okay, so I just passed my fishing lines through some of the beads before trimming off the excess of the fishing line. This is definitely just to make it more secured. Okay guys, so we'll be doing the same thing for the other side of our bag. Yeah, so we have our mini bag ready. So it's left with the handle of this bag. So counting from the top, we will skip the first side bead and then pass our fishing line through the down bead or the middle bead after the first side bead. If you're not getting what I'm trying to say, please watch carefully and you understand me. So guys, after passing through the middle bead, leave a little of the fishing line and then pass that fishing line through the holes in the beads and then tie it up. That's exactly what I'm doing. Pass your fishing line through the holes in the mini bag, create a loop and then pull out the end of the fishing line to secure it or to tie it up. Okay, so after that you trim off the excess of the fishing line. So now it's left with the rest or the longer side of the fishing line. Now go ahead and pick to your preference how long or how short you want the handle to be. Go ahead and pick as many as of the seed beads according to how long or how short you want the handle to be. So I picked about 25 or so. I picked about 20 or 25 of the seed beads. Yeah. Then I'll pass through, counting from the other end, in between the first two beads, the middle bead down there. I'll just pass my fishing line through it, just as I did earlier. Okay, so this is it. This is the handle. After passing through the middle bead between the first and the second bead, I'll go ahead and then pass my fishing line through the mini bag, just as I did earlier, to tie it up. Then you do same for the other side of the fishing line. After this, you just attach your key ring. You attach the ring to it just by using your fishing line and attaching the ring and then tying it up. This is basically how our mini bag was being made. Thank you for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, and then subscribe to this channel. Bye.